Hello, and welcome to another OnPoint review. Today, we're diving into 33 Immortals, the wild new co-op action roguelike from Thunder Lotus Games. I am CMoney, and I am joined by the always lovely Doodle.
What's up, everyone? Thank you so much for rocking out with us today. Big shout out to Xbox and Thunder Lotus for hooking us up with early access for this review. This game's hitting early access on March 18th, 2025, and it's dropping day one on Game Pass.
That's right. And with 33-player co-op madness inspired by Dante's Divine Comedy, there's a lot to unpack. So let's hop in.
Let's start with the graphics. The graphics in 33 Immortals, absolutely stunning. The art style is this beautiful mix of simple and laid back, but super refined. It's got that hand-drawn vibe Thunder Lotus is known for. Think Spiritfarer, and it's crisp, clean, and colorful.
Totally agree. It's simplistic but satisfying with a richly textured world pulled straight from Dante's Divine Comedy. You got these dark, eerie vibes that kind of remind me of Hades aesthetically, especially with the enemy designs. They're clean, easy to recognize, and even when the screen's packed with 33 players and a ton of foes, it never feels overwhelming.
Yeah, the levels are popping with variety. Enemies everywhere, all hand-drawn and animated with so much care. It's not just eye candy, it keeps you locked in. Thunder Lotus nailed the balance.
Absolutely. Now, let's talk the story. So you play as a damned soul in this afterlife rebellion against God's final judgment. The main hub is Infernal, where up to 33 players roam around. Your big goal, take down Lucifer himself. But to even get a shot at the boss, you got to complete at least one ascension battle. And to unlock those, the group needs to clear 12 torture chambers together.
Right, and the game split into 3 zones inspired by the Divine Comedy. There's Inferno with 33 players, Purgatorio with 22, way tougher enemies there. I barely scratched it. And Paradiso with 11, which wasn't ready during our review sessions. Still in development, but I'm hyped to see it later.
The lore's pretty deep if you want it to be. They've got this compendium with details on every weapon, location, and enemy, like a bestiary and guy rolled into one. Plus a relic collection to track what you've unlocked. It's optional, but it's cool for people who love diving deep into the lore.
Absolutely. Honestly, though, the story's more like set dressing. It's a nice intro to the world, like, hey, you're a sinner fighting back, but it's not what carries the game. This is a roguelike, so the real meat is in the action, not some epic narrative pulling you along.
Fair point. It's not Hades level storytelling, but it doesn't need to be. You're too busy slaying to care too much about the why. Just know you're in a twisted afterlife trying to stick it to the big guy downstairs.
Absolutely. That sums it up. Now let's get into the sound. sound design, oh, is so good. The music's subtle, almost soothing background vibes, kind of haunting, especially in the torture chambers. It's a perfect contrast to the chaos of combat.
The soundtrack sets the tone like you're in this dire, damn situation, and it just feeds into that vibe. The sound effects are on point too. Every weapon's got its own attack sound, like the Bow of Hope. You hear the arrows cutting through the air.
Yes, and when you retrieve those arrows, there's this impactful sound as they smash through every enemy on the way back. The daggers of greed have this sharp, snappy slice too. It's so satisfying.
Only thing I'd change, I wish the dialogue was voiced. There's text here and there, but hearing some gritty damn soul banter would have taken it up a notch. Still, the audio's a win overall.
Agreed, 100%.
All right, now the gameplay. This is where 33 Immortals shines. The loop's addicting. Explore the open world, kill enemies, collect dust to level up at shrines, and tackle torture chambers for loot and relics that stack to make you stronger.
At first, it's a lot to take in. Tons of info thrown at you fast. But they've got this training mode that's super straightforward. You can test every weapon, Bow of Hope for shooters, Sword of Justice for tanks, Daggers of Greed for fighters, Staff of Sloth for specialists, and figure out your vibe before jumping in.
Each weapon's a class unto itself, and they play so differently. The co-op strikes are dope too. Big, powerful moves you activate with other players. Combat smooth and satisfying, but it's tough. Enemies telegraph their attacks, but you're rarely fighting one at a time. You're dodging and striking in this strategic dance, and it feels exhilarating.
Oh, it's brutal. You're not strolling through Inferno to chill. You're in raw, constant battle. Upgrading your health bar is a must, and teamwork makes it easier. Reviving teammates is clutch, and the more united your squad, the better you do.
I love the feat system as well. You get challenges like kill 50 enemies with the bow, and completing them fills a bar. Level up your feats, unlock stat boosts, and tie that into perks. We were stuck with one perk slot until feat level 4 in our sessions, but there's actually a day 1 patch bumping that up to 3 slots at the start.
Nice. The torture chambers are a highlight. Tight, intense kill rooms with dozens of enemies swarming you. It's all about survival and picking your targets. Then there's wild world events like Wrath of God, where flames chase you across the map. Keeps you on your toes.
I agree. Now, when it comes to co-op, it's super seamless. When you get into the Infernal, you're dropping solo, but you got up to 33 people running around that world. It's easy to team up with random people just walking up and fighting along next to them. Now, torture chambers, though, they're capped at 6 players. So if you're rolling around with a deep group of people, you got to snag a spot quick. When Doodle and I were running around and there was a bunch of people around, we ran into that torture chamber first to make sure that we got our spot.
We got ours, baby.
That's right.
And after 12 chambers, Holy Fire forces you into Ascension battles. Super intense fights that decide if you face Lucifer. It's chaotic, challenging, and so well done.
I have to agree, and that's going to lead us right into the fun factor. Now, this game is fun. Once you get past that initial sense of feeling overwhelmed, it grabs you and it doesn't let go. Every session that ended, I was itching to get back in. Even writing this reviews got me hyped to play more.
Absolutely, I cannot wait. It's got that one more run magic. Playing with friends is a blast. Setting up a party is simple. And Game Pass makes it so accessible. Going back to the dark woods to claim feats, perks, or unlock a new cape or pet companion. So satisfying.
Even dying doesn't sting too bad. You respawn in the dark woods, pumped to see what you've unlocked. I was one hit away from beating Lucifer once, and instead of rage quitting, I was ready to get back and upgrade and dive back in.
Yes, Running around all pimped out with a pet while newbies stare in awe, that's a flex. It's chill with friends, but chaotic in combat. Perfect combo.
Now, 10 hours in, and I'm hooked. 33 Immortals is a blast. Combat's exhilarating, co-op's a riot, and there's still so much to explore. I barely touched Purgatory, and Paradiso's still coming. This is early access, so we're judging what we played in those 4 sessions. Day 1 changes are coming, but we haven't tested them yet.
It's a gorgeous mix of chill vibes and tense battles. The grind feels rewarding, and playing with a crew, friends or randos, makes it unforgettable. Thunder Lotus has something special here.
I agree. With that said, our official OnPoint for Gamers score for the early access release of 33 Immortals is 9 out of 10. It's polished, fun, and I can't wait to see where it goes. And that's our take on 33 Immortals. Let us know what you think. Will you be jumping in?
And thank you for checking out our review. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update from us. And let us know what you think in the comments.
And with that, until next time,
You're intruding.
you're intruding.